Hello, Libra. It is time for your September 2025 reading. We're going to start off with an oracle card to see what your primary energy or theme is for the month ahead. And we have Archangel Chamuel, forgiveness and compassion. Forgiveness and compassion. This is telling me that, well, the vibe I'm getting off, the feelings I'm getting off of this is you're angry about something. You're really angry about something. I don't know if you're feeling like somebody should have told you. You shouldn't have been left in the dark. You're feeling just angry as the prime, not even betrayal, just angry about the whole situation because it could have been avoided if people had just shared what they knew. That's what I'm getting from this, essentially. Hopefully that resonates with more than just a few of you, but that is the vibe coming through. And with this coming up, there is a need to have compassion for what was going on for them. Maybe they did not want to stress you out. Maybe there are reasons. Doesn't matter. There's a need here to have that compassion, to sit back and take a moment to stop with to calm your emotions so that you can focus better on the person, maybe at the core of this, at the crux of this. There's one person in particular in here who maybe had some fear or shame even around whatever was going on, and that's why they wanted things held back and didn't want to share what was going on. That's the feeling I'm getting. There's also forgiveness in here. But this forgiveness isn't just for them or for all the people involved. This is for you, for even getting angry about this. Your anger is justified, it is justified in it. It is your anger. They are your feelings. They are valid. Acknowledge that. You can even look into why is that triggering the anger. What is the purpose of that anger? Because anger can have a purpose. But also forgiving yourself, because maybe you think, well, maybe I shouldn't have blown off the handle. Maybe I shouldn't have said what I said. It was meant in the moment. And no matter what, don't beat yourself up over your reaction to what's been going on. You didn't have all the information. You responded as you needed to in that moment. You can go back now and try to understand it better and mend that fence. It feels like you may even have the solution or an idea for them to help them understand better, the other people involved here, what's going on, or maybe the root cause of your anger over this situation. Regardless, the biggest theme, the biggest thing that needs to come out of this by the end of the month is forgiveness, not just of others, but of yourself, and compassion, also not just for others, but for yourself. You are only human. You are not perfect. None of us are perfect. So, take a breather, and let's see what the tarot cards have. The Four of Discs, the King of Wands, the Eight of Swords, Justice, and the Queen of Discs. So, okay. The Four of Discs, which is our earth element here, we have bookended with earth elementals. But this could be somebody spent money that they shouldn't have spent. Somebody has money that they didn't tell you about that could have helped with something. Somebody is hoarding something or was hoarding something and you found out about it. Or you've been hoarding something. Somebody else found about it and they accessed your hoard and used some of your stuff, maybe without permission. Whatever it is, this is a card of wanting to protect what you have, of wanting to hide your wealth, hide your resources, pull back, and not share. There is a sense of insecurity in this, a little bit. And the anger is certainly justified if somebody went into your stuff. Okay, it's always justified. It's your anger. Um, this is like somebody reading your diary or something like that, too, is what I'm feeling a little bit. Seeing something they shouldn't have, taking something that they shouldn't have, invading your space. As a result of that, there's this anger flare up. The King of Wands, it's masculine energy for sure, leadership energy, also fiery and passionate energy. When they get angry, there's everybody's going to know. You're going to have to take this lead here on find out exactly what happened, setting up some boundaries to make sure it never happens again, and enforcing those boundaries. Not just on others, but on yourself. I don't know if there's something happened here that gave them access or the opportunity, but there's a little bit of your responsibility here in for you too. Again, no accusations, no fault, essentially, just understanding what happened and putting things in place so that it doesn't happen again and things can be corrected, essentially getting justice for things. So this is like going on this big, okay, I know who took it, I know what happened now that I understand everything, this needs to be returned or balance needs to be restored here before trust can really be regained in this area. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm going with. There's also this feeling of being either locked in or separated from the community in some way. So I don't know if it had to do with a social event that was going on that maybe you were isolated from. For that, it doesn't feel like it was on purpose necessarily. Everybody was trying to surprise you with it, but then, no, not surprise you with it. They wanted to do all the organizing for it, but you're better at that than they are. Yeah, and somehow that's making you feel, well, okay, why are we stumbling over ourselves tonight, huh? Huh, guides? What's going on? The feeling of being purposely excluded. You were not purposely excluded, but it ended up looking that way. And it may be in part that they just never really even got actual invitations out or anything like that because of the disorganization. You could also be feeling like they didn't want your help. They certainly could have used it though. Just saying. So you may then step in and take charge. That could be what this is here and make sure everything gets done, lighting a fire under everybody so that everything gets done in order and everybody gets their needs met here. But you'd have to take charge for that. And then we get to this Eight of Swords. This is that feeling, and this is only on you. These are your fears and your anxieties or your beliefs that you need to be doing, that you need to be bound by what everybody else says or does. You do not. This is just in your head. It's just anxiety. You may be feeling locked in or trapped in some way, but you are not. Remember, you're in charge here. This is your life. You're leading it. This person looks at first glance as if they are actually trapped, but there are large spaces between these swords. These swords, these ideas, these beliefs aren't going anywhere. You will not be taking them with you. That means you have control over what you accept and you don't. The blindfold is fairly loose. She certainly has loose bindings here. You can see her arms are away from her body. So if she just brings her arms in, the bindings will fall off. She can take the headband off and she can just walk off into the sunset, if you will, leaving all those behind. You do not have to take part in the same beliefs, in the same planning, or whatever it is that others are doing. You can go do your own thing. Remember that. You are not stuck. And then we have that justice card. And maybe this is why I kept getting drawn over, is because justice is over here. That means things do get resolved. Things do get settled to your satisfaction. There may be some compromise in there, but to your satisfaction, things are settled and resolved. And then everybody can relax again, because you'll also be setting up these boundaries, these rules, whatever it is, in a probably a bit of a forceful way, but it's what's needed in this situation. And that those boundaries, those guidelines will be enough to make sure that balance here is restored, if you will, that the scales are balanced and things are resolved. And then I think things are going to be very tense here. Excuse me. Up until the last week or two of the month. Till then, it's going to be this back and forth, second guessing yourself a bit, but then saying, nope, nope. My feelings are validated. My response was valid. It is my response. Let's see how we can address that so that everybody here understands what the boundaries are. And then there's acceptance, not just of you, but of others, on what that balance needs to be and how to restore and get justice out of this. And then we have the Queen of Discs. This is like a big sigh of relief at the end. Maybe this is a third party that comes in to help bring you all back together again. They make a dinner for you all, bring you all back together, and just helps heal. Helps heal the group, nurture the group. This is somebody who is very grounded, definitely feminine leadership. Somebody who wants to take care of people, who enjoys that kind of role and doesn't like to see things that are out of balance. So they can either bring you together for a calm discussion to go over what the outcome was, and then help heal or start healing the breach, mending the fences. So there can be progress moving forward, or at least decisions made one way or another as to the final outcomes. And that, Libra, is what I have for you for September. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if this resonated with you or not. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.